Episode 4. Ben touches my arm and looks at me concerned. It's nothing. Just something a girl told me earlier came into my mind. That nobody would want me since I'm very well trained for a female wolf, and I also have a very large and ugly scar on my back. I sigh and look down on the grass. I feel a couple of strong arms around me, and I look up in Daniel's gray eyes. You are beautiful, Nora. Don't let anyone tell you anything else, okay? Daniel says, and I nod. Well, then I guess we should let Nora go home, and we should unpack and then go for a run. Perhaps Nora wants to come over and perhaps swim a bit tomorrow, or we can play some in the playroom. Ben says and looks at me. Sure, I can come by tomorrow if everyone wants to, since I am probably the only one that won't run away from you guys. So, if you want, I can show you around tomorrow. I say and smile, hoping really hard that they will say yes. That would be so great, Ben says, and the rest of the guys nod in agreement. Wait, what about your celebration then? Daniel asks, and I look at him. What celebration? I ask in confusion. Yours, of course. Your birthday is tomorrow, right? Anton says. Oh, well, we don't celebrate our birthdays. We celebrate when we get our wolves and shifts. Also when we find our mate or when we get a new rank in the pack or so. I explain and tilt my head to the side. And once more the guys growled, but I just shook my head and smiled and took a step back from Daniel's embrace. Well, can't you guys tell me how you usually celebrate your birthdays then? I say and smile, wondering what they do differently. Oh, well, you do know that we are immortal, right? So after the first 100 years, we don't get the huge celebrations, but usually we get cake and some gifts and a smaller party. Ben explains. I know you guys are immortal, but why do you get gifts? I wonder, and I really don't get that. What do you mean why? We get gifts because it's our birthday and the people want to celebrate that. Linus says and frowns. Yeah, sure, but I have never received a gift before, so I don't get it. I mean, our celebrations are cake and getting food first. I say and shrug. And once again, all the guys are staring at me and I sigh. Okay, well, we definitely need to show you a proper celebration, perhaps next year then. Anyway, usually the guys go for a hunt and end up in a strip club later on. The girls, well, the few fated mates that we have in the kingdom usually go shopping for stuff. But they go all in with the presents and cakes and other stuff like that. The twins, Andre and Gray, explain. I stare at them thinking it would be nice if I also got celebrations like that, just once. I slowly nod my head and smile a bit. Who am I kidding? I am going to be a rogue, not a part of the Lycan kingdom. Sigh. Well, I need to go now, but I will come back tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, if you do take a run in the forest, it is free play since the Alpha has forbidden everyone else to go near this part of the forest, and I told Ben about the boundaries. I explain while I walk toward the mansion. Okay, we will try not to leave here then. But can I get your phone number so we can reach you in case of an emergency? Ben asks, and I tilt my head. I don't have a phone. What is it, by the way? I ask and feel even more confused than ever. Ben and the other guys look at me like I have grown an extra head or something. Oh, well, how do you guys communicate with each other then? Ben asks and scratches his head. Mind link, I answer him and shrug. But we aren't a part of this pack, so we can't mind link with you, Daniel says and looks sad. Don't tell anyone about this, please, but I can actually mind link with everyone I have touched once. I say and look down, missing the knowing look between Ben and Daniel. Well then, since we will keep your secret close to our hearts, you can go home now, Nora. But I will miss you the entire time we are apart, Daniel says and waves. I blush at him but go home. The next day. Happy birthday, Nora. My mom and Dad say as I walk into the kitchen. Thanks, I say and smile. Mom has made my favorite breakfast. I take a seat at the table and start to eat. So, Nora, I need you to be home for at least 2 hours before the ball begins. Mom says, and I roll my eyes. It doesn't matter, Mom. No one will want to have me as their mate anyway. Remember, I am worthless since me and my wolf can't even shift. I say but jump up when my dad slams both of his fists down onto the table. Stop this at once, Nora. You should know not to listen to the brats in this pack and especially the alpha's spoiled daughter. I smile at my dad while mom gasps and my parents start to argue, but I tune them out as I feel the mind link open up. Nora, are you up? Happy birthday. I was wondering if you could come over. Some of the guys are bored out of their minds without your presence. I chuckle at Ben, and my parents glance at me, but I just shake my head. Thanks, Ben. Sure, give me an hour to get there. I need to shower and change out of my pajamas. How do you guys feel about a tour of the pack? That would be fun. The twins are eager to find their mate. Aren't you? I ask Ben. See you soon, Nora, Ben answers. Well, Nora should do whatever she wants today, Dad says as I listen to them. Mom nods and gives me a hug and smiles. Say thanks for the food and hurry back to my room for a shower. I lay out some clothes on my body, a pair of panties, shorts, and a tank top. I dress quickly and put on my shoes, say goodbye to my parents, and walk out of the pack house when I feel my wolf wake up. Oh, Nora, wait up. Emily shouts. I stop and turn around to face her. My dad wanted me to go with you since the Lycans already have met you, so you can introduce me, Emily says with a wicked smile. Fine, but I am walking there. Do you think you can handle that? I ask and look at her up and down. She is dressed in a short dress and high heels. Walk. No, stupid Nora. We will drive there in my new car that I got from my dad last week, Emily says and sweeps her long blonde hair over her shoulder. Fine, fine. The princess is in charge again. I followed her to the silver car and took the seat next to the driver. Just as I was about to put my seatbelt on, I noticed we weren't alone. In the back seat sat the triplets. The triplets are Emily's new friends, or whatever you want to call them, Josie, Jane, and Joan. All of them have green eyes and blonde curly hair. They follow Emily's orders and are just as horrible as her. Emily, do you have your parents' permission to bring them with us? I ask and look at her as she sits on the driver's seat, but she just smiles and shrugs at me. Oh, how fun this will be. I will get in trouble if she hasn't got any permission. Sigh. Halfway to the mansion, Emily started to slow down the car, and I sensed that there was something wrong with this situation. You know, Nora, Dad told me that if you don't shift tonight on the full moon, he is going to kick you out of the pack and turn you rogue tomorrow. He was going to do it tonight, but MOM pleaded not to do it on your birthday, so you got one more day. Isn't he nice? You should thank him on your knees, you know. Emily laughs, and so does the triplets. I glare at her but say nothing, and then I turn my head toward the window just as I notice that one of the triplets, Joan, is leaning forward, and I turn my head slightly in her direction, but it was a mistake. I didn't get the time to react before I was thrown out of the car and rolled onto the gravel. Damn.
Full story is available at novelpalace.com. Click the link in the comment section to get it free.